Hi, I welcome you all in this new video. In this new video, we will learn how to use forecasting feature in Excel and how we can do this. There are two methods to forecast your given data in Excel. So we will see one by one. The first one is here the sales is given. It's very easy to use this feature. Just select all data, go to insert, and here select the line chart. So the current data is already shown here now. You can do some improvement into this chart by clicking here, because you can see it is not showing the minimum value, so we can adjust accordingly. If you write here, now it is showing here at 20,000. Now it is appearing in bit different manner and much better way. So now this is the basic thing that we have done. If we want to apply labels here, for that what we can do, just right click and go to add data labels. So now it is showing the labels, and if you have done this way the data labeling, you can delete this data. So again graph is looking better. And next, what is important, that what we want to learn, that is how to do forecasting. For forecasting, add trend line, and in trend line you can see a dotted line is created. This is basically the trend which is showing on the basis of given data. So here you can show next display equation, and you can show display R square value on the chart. So this is showing you the value of R square. I hope you have seen my previous video. If you have not seen, click at the I button where you can learn what is R square, and that is explained in that video. R square simply explain, it defines the prediction power of the model. So here we can see, let me increase the size so it is clearly visible to you. Here it is 0.90. R square is 0.9084, means 90% of the items can be explained by using this data, this model, where the value of y is 21733 plus 7284.8x, means when we have regression line, it is equal to y is equal to a plus b axis, and a and b are the constants. So these 21,000 and 7,284 are basically the constant. So we have seen that it is able to predict 90% of the item accurately on this basis. But where is the forecasting? For forecasting, again, just go here, see here what is mentioned, forecast, and you have to just mention the time period for which you want to do forecasting. If you write here 1, it will show forecasting for 1 period. You write here 4, then it will show the forecasting for the next 4 periods, and it is showing 90% of the data accuracy that is helpful in prediction. But at the same time, let's explore other options. Here we have exponential. If data is there, so let's delete first. Remember, this is 90%. And next, if we go to, again, by clicking here, add trend line, here you can see if we go for exponential, the line is in this way. And what is the value? The value of R square. The R square in this case is, you can see 84.51%, means 84% of the items can be predicted. So I can say this model is not accurate. Exponential model does not fit the data well. So what next we can do? Again, go to trend line, and here you go to logarithm, and then again this is showing something different value, but that is not acceptable to us because it is showing 84%, whereas linear model was expressing that prediction power of the model was 90%. So there are other options. Let's see power method, and here again you can select display equation on chart and display R square. So this time, what is the value? So here you can see the R square value is 95.26%, means is best explaining this data, given data, and what prediction we will be taking on this basis for the future, that will be accurately expressed 95.2%. So this is the way how we can do forecasting. And for forecasting, the simply, as I have told you, just click anywhere on the data lines and add trend lines, and here forecasting time period is mentioned. You can select the desired period, let's say for 3 years, and these will the value, and which will be predicted 95% accurately on the basis of past given data. So this is one way. Now let's move on to another way. For that, let me delete this entire chart. There is one more very handy picture which is given in Excel 2013. Just select anywhere on the data, go to data tab, and in this, here is something which is mentioned forecast sheet. Just simply select it. Look how it is appearing. It is already showing that forecasting for the next 4 period, nothing, just on one click we can have. It is showing that this is the forecasted value, and this is what 95% confidence interval, this is the upper bound and lower bound ranges are shown. So there are some few more options that we can see. So you can have here understanding, you can increase the period for forecasting, just simply increasing from this tab, or you can reduce, and you can forecast for starting from the 10 period, because data has been given for the 10 period. Now from there onwards, you can increase the decrease the confidence interval. At the same time, if seasonality is there, it will detect automatically, and timeline range, value range where you want to show, and missing point. This is very important thing that I will show you once we do it, and aggregate duplicates using average, it will show. So once we have created this, it has created the diagram, and here you can see with the along with the diagram, it has shown us this is the forecasted value for the next 6 periods, and this is showing the lower confidence interval bounds, and this is showing the upper confidence interval bound. Means if this will not be the accurate value, then the maximum and the minimum range where the value will lies, that shows the upper and lower confidence bounds. So this way we can do it. So let's look into the last feature. That is what here, this is the data. I'm just copying this data to another column, and let's me omit here 2 values. Sometimes what happens, we don't have data, and that becomes a problem for us to forecast what will be the next value. But by using this feature, you can use interpolation as well. So what you have to do, simply you have to go for this option where it is showing fill missing points using interpolation and 0. If you do 0, where the values are not shown, it is taking them 0, and this way the prediction will come out. But if we take interpolation, then it is showing the prediction in a better way. So again, by creating this, here we have the data which is coming nicely. I hope you have liked this video and you understand which method is useful. The second method is useful even under those conditions where we don't have entire data or there are some values missing. So I hope you found this video useful. If you really like this video, give us a thumbs up, and please share this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel till now, please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching once again.